What's going on, people? Ben here from Bateman Talks Tottenham, back with another video of my dad Paul.
Hi.
Where today we'll be reacting to that 4-0 defeat against Newcastle in what was probably our worst game of the season. I think, easily.
Disastrous, and they just beat us to every ball, basically, and played better.
Yeah, it was probably Mickey van der Ven. I think he's only had a handful, if any, bad games in a Spurs shirt, but I think that was by far his worst performance of the season. Yeah. As for the entire defence as a whole, probably, you could say.
Yes, although Ange wasn't blaming any individuals, it was collective poor effort.
Yeah, I think every player on that pitch was poor. We had a good chance right at the start of the game with Brennan Johnson putting a lovely cross into Timo Werner, who went for it with his leg, ended up skying it over the bar. Could he have gone with it with his head, or was the ball a bit behind him? Had he overdone his run?
Yeah, hard to know.
It was a classic chance where you almost wish it had fallen to somebody else, really, hadn't it? Yeah. The whole team was poor, sloppy passes from the start, and then Newcastle, every goal they had, they just made it look so easy, didn't they? Simple balls over the top, was beating us every time. Like I said, the Van der Ven one, we had Udogie, Romero and Van der Ven back. Udogie loses the ball. Romero doesn't win it. Then it's Van der Ven versus Isak. Brilliant composure from Isak. Van der Ven ends up on his bum. And Isak finishes well. And then literally only about 60 seconds later, dodgy back pass from Porro.
Yeah.
Falls straight to Isak and Van der Ven falls over again.
Yeah, unfortunately those watching on television missed most of that because
they were showing a replay. Yeah, they were showing replays of the first goal. We still didn't see the build up to that second goal. But yeah, we saw the finish. Yeah. But poor from Spurs all round. Yeah. Probably the definition of a bad day at the office, wasn't it?
That's so much so, yeah. So, whether we deserve Champions League is another question.
Yeah, yeah. They physically had the edge on us all game, didn't they? It was a disaster, to be honest. Sonny came off with about half an hour to go. And it wasn't his best game, but could that have been a case of we've got to save him for the games coming up?
No, possibly.
And hope that he just has a better day. Maybe he had a knock as well, because he was particularly poor giving the ball away some of the time. Yeah, everybody was not on it. Kulusevski, I thought, was all right when he came on. Held the ball up well. Maybe should have played the game. In hindsight, very easy to say, with his physicality and how he can hold the ball up better than some. Maybe he should have started in this game. But yeah, it was inexcusable, really, the lack of desire it looked at times, and it was just an absolute disaster. And Newcastle were brilliant, weren't they? They were all over us. Corners, defensive corners, Corners is an absolute disaster for us and has been for weeks and months. We just don't look comfortable defending any corners, and it was only a matter of time that Newcastle scored the fourth one, their fourth goal through a corner. And it looked like every corner they had, they were going to score, didn't it?
That's right.
And I think Spurs have really, we've said this for weeks now, we've said this in so many, after so many games, the Spurs have really got to look at defending corners. I think there's 2 weeks off now. They've got to sort something out. That, cause it's...
We actually missed Harry Kane on there because he used to defend corners really well. heading him out.
Yeah, that's very true. It's just, I don't feel comfortable with defending corners at all. You'd almost rather the team has a shot, and if Vicario is going to save it or not, you almost feel that that's more likely for us to not concede than a corner at this rate. But yeah.
So now we don't want Arsenal to win, because we never want Arsenal to win, but we want Villa to lose.
I know, yeah.
Best way of putting it.
Absolute disaster. Arsenal Villa about to kick off as we're recording. Yeah. The problem is, are we going to get enough points to be ahead of Villa come the end of the season anyway? The fixtures we had coming up, we needed to win this game, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, it's all looking a bit doom and gloom at the moment, isn't it? But you never know. All it takes is a win against Arsenal, a win against Chelsea, and then you never know.
Yeah, back in.
Yeah, and with Villa playing Arsenal today, if they lose today, I think the problem more is if Villa, they don't have as difficult fixtures as us remaining, and I think they'll pick up more points, and we'll probably finish fifth, if I'm honest, unless we pull a rabbit out of the hat and somehow win all the games we've got coming up. But yeah, we've just got to hope that the team can regroup for the Arsenal game. The crowd will be fully up for that. We'll be there. That'll be a brilliant game, and it's going to be weird not having a game for 2 weeks, isn't it?
Very strange.
In other news, massive congrats to the Spurs women's team who have made the Women's FA Cup final today. And that's a great moment for them. And Spurs are going to be playing at Wembley.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, maybe we could go to that potentially. We'll have to see. Yeah, that would be a great achievement for them, wouldn't it? To win that and beating Man City on penalties in the previous round and then winning in extra time today. What a journey they've had. And that could be a great achievement for them.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, come on you Spurs!